Do you see this? Do you see this? It's such a big pile to share today. Hello friends, my name is Sarah. I'm the artist and maker behind Denim and Rain. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay, so today I have a project video and I've got a lot to share. Also, I just thought I'd mention because it's really cute. My 3-year-old is napping right there on the couch. We went out and ran a bunch of errands this morning and he came with me and we got home and he conked out almost immediately. So hopefully he'll stay sleeping and quiet the whole time I record. We'll see. Okay, we'll address this in a second. First, I have a few other things I want to share with you. First thing, do you remember my Soho top? Isn't it pretty? So pretty. I love this tank top so much. However, the color not so much. It was too close to my skin tone and I should have known better, but I didn't, because I look at it and I think, wow, it's a beautiful color and I would totally wear that. Like, it's not a color I think, eee. But once I wore it, I was like, yee. So I over-dyed it. Here we are. Ta-da! I have over-dyed my Soho top and I am a million times happier with it. This is a pattern by Caidree that I test knit last year. It's a garter in the round. It has an I-cord edging on the armholes, the neck, and at the hem. It is absolutely gorgeous. I do want to knit another one. I do think though I will probably knit it almost all the way around and like do it flat, because it is in the round and I hate purling. Not like that purling takes longer or that it's just a different motion. It's just that it hurts my hands. So I want to find a way to make another one that's not so rough on my hands. So yes, wanted to show you guys that I over-dyed my Soho top and I'm much happier with it. I even wore it last week. I wore this and then just wore a cardigan over it and it was super cute. Okay, I also over-dyed that sagey mint green hat that I had and I gifted that to my father. Funnily enough, he actually watched one of my YouTube videos, what I made in 2022, and he saw the hat and was like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that off your hands. And so I over-dyed it in a dark green, which is his favorite color. So yeah, he is very happy with it. I've already been told he's worn it lots. So I am happy that I took the time to over-dye it and it is being used and loved way more than it would have by me. I also over-dyed some yarn that I had that I didn't like the color of. I don't have it with me, so I know you're probably like, then why mention it? But I did one big over-dyeing session and I over-dyed 3 things. You can find the photos on my Instagram. I shared all 3 things. Now I have a sweater that I refinished. I made this cotton sweater last year and I have worn it multiple times throughout winter and I really like the light breathability and the lighterness of cotton versus wool. So I think I'm going to start making more cotton sweaters. I already have one that I'm really wanting to make, but this one I've worn it and it's just a hair too short. So I pulled out the hem and I lengthened it up. I also added oh my goodness, sorry guys, this is really hard to hold up. I added even more short rows to the back too to make the back a little bit longer because I love when my buns are covered. So, and then I re-added the crocheted hem to it. This is like a very unpolished type sweater. It's not like one you look at and be like, wow, that's real nice. No, this is like the toss on at the beach on a cold night in summer or a warmer day in spring. So yeah, and then I also redid the collar. I didn't like where it was before. It wasn't quite a crew neck and it wasn't quite a scoop neck. It was like at a weird place. So I ripped that out and then just kind of knit a tall rolled neck. It's kind of mock neck, like crew, I don't know what to call it. Almost like a cowl neck, but not. All these things, but not quite really. So yes, I'm much happier with this. This sweater is not following any pattern at all. It's just one that I cast on, and it is using Wool in the Gang Billie Jean in the medium color. They've got a really light Billie Jean and then a darker one. This is right in the middle. So yeah, no pattern. I just drop shoulder, basic construction with a garter panel that goes down the sleeve and the body, and I knit it until I was happy with it. When I was done with it and realized I wasn't happy with it, I ripped it out and fixed the problems, which, let me tell you, I'm so happy I took the time to do that. Which leads me to this sweater. My Simba sweater is finished. This is a raglan that I just kind of whipped up. It doesn't have any pattern. It's just a basic raglan, some short row shaping in the back, and stockinette. So nothing fancy. The yarn I used is Loops and Threads Cozy Wool Tweed, which is like an acrylic polyamide with a 4% content of wool. So, you know, not really wool, but it is super cozy and soft, and I love it so much. I've worn it all day today and have adored it. However, I am gonna rip out the sleeves and knit them a little longer. I love long sleeves, like long sleeves. And when I tried it on, it came to here. So yeah, I'm not really sure what happened. Yeah, so I like to be able to tuck my hands in my sleeves, and I can't do that without doing this. And this is not cute. So again, in the fashion of, wow, words, following my own advice and reworking things so I like them, like over dyeing a tank top and ripping out the hemline to make something longer, we're going to rip out the sleeves and knit them longer, because I have plenty left. I have this whole ball, which is probably only a third used, and a full another ball, because it only took about 2 1/3 balls to knit this whole sweater. So, and it's got a lot of positive ease, probably, oh, I don't know, 8 inches of positive ease-ish. Let me stand up. So yeah, it hits me in the perfect place in the body. It's got, here's my like natural waistline. So it's just below that. It hits my mid-rise jeans nicely. I can tuck it in and it's not like stretched or anything. And yeah, the only thing that's wrong is the slightly shorter bracelet length sleeves. Once I fix the sleeves though, I have a feeling this is going to be one of my favorites and my absolute go-tos. So I'll probably tonight unpick these and just start knitting some more length, because I don't want to miss out on the little bit of cold weather we have left and not wear it while I can. I have finished another sweater. Ta-da! It's a little wrinkly. I found it in a pile, so please excuse the wrinkles. This is my Harlow Sweater V-neck by Caidree, which is a new release that Sabina has put out. It is a drop shoulder construction. It has 2x2 ribbing on the neckline, hem, and cuffs. The neckline has this beautiful folded V, which I really like the folded in the V. What? Who knew that could be so cool? And then here is the split hem. And then the back has this very nice detail to it. Really like this like seam detail. I think it looks really nice. I either like my stuff to have no seam, like visible, or for it to be like an intentional seam, not just like there it is. There's the where I put it together. Like there's the seam, or where's the seam? Yes, I know, I'm a little odd. Or maybe I'm not that odd and you think that too. But yes, I test this knit. Wow, I test knit this for Caidree. I used Holst Yarn's Tides, which is a wool silk blend. And then I held that double with Hobbie's Alpaca Blaze, which is a an acrylic wool and alpaca blend. And oh my goodness, it is so nice. I am very happy with it. It's a sport weight yarn. Technically, like the Holst Yarn is fingering, but it's very light, thin fingering. The gauge I think was 19 stitches per 4 inches, and I pretty much got bang on. I was a little worried about the sleeves being too short when I was blocking it, but they fit beautifully. And I was also a little worried about the hemline being super cinched in, but once I blocked it, the ribbing relaxed very nicely. The colors I used, the Holst Yarn is Sands, one of those two. And then the Hobbii Alpaca one was Ecru. I don't know how to say that word. Yes, I would 10 out of 10 recommend this gorgeous pattern by Caidree. The short row shaping in the back is absolutely fabulous. Again, this little detail, spot on. Her patterns are very well written. Everything is always super clear, and then it just fits the body very, very nicely. So I'm very happy with this one. This is one I'm going to wear a lot. I was a little worried about the Holst yarn because I have knit with Holst super soft before, and it was every definition of not soft. This, however, is very pleasant, and I think it's because it's got that silk content. It's not like butter soft like it would be if it was like merino and silk, but it's very nice. I'm pretty sensitive, and I don't find this to be irritating at all. It feels like wool, don't get me wrong, it feels like wool, but it's not like, oh, that's itchy. Like it feels like wool, but not scratchy, if that makes any sense at all. So yeah, two sweaters done so far in the first month and a half of 2023. The next thing I finished is my hat. Ta-da! This is the watch cap by Purl Soho. It is a free pattern, just a 2x2 rib. It's a DK weight-ish, I think, pretty sure. I knit mine at a DK weight. I did have to size down my hat a lot. I knit the toddler size. I do have a very small head. I usually have to wear like small child size things, or things fall off my head. I used to go horseback riding a lot, and I wore the smallest helmets you could find. So yeah, I knit the toddler size, though I just was not getting gauge, and honestly it's a hat, so I don't really care that much. I used also a 3mm needle, and I'm pretty sure this calls for 3.5 or 3.75. I don't recall. Again, it's a free pattern. Go check it out. I used Drops Flora, which is an alpaca wool, and then I used Drops Alpaca Silk, and I love this. I kind of want a sweater out of this, like even in this color. It's so good. Let me throw it on. How freaking cute is this hat? I love it to death. It's so comfy. It fits snug, but not like squeezing my head and sliding off. It's very, very nice. I love the fit of it. I knit it extra long so I could have a nice big brim, but have it skull cap like. It's fabulous. I love this so much. My watch cap hat, which I am adoringly calling my Lorelei hat, because the color just reminds me of Lorelei. One more look at it because it's so fabulous. And I have one more finished item. I know, so many finished things. Yeah, don't I did not finish this all in like 2 weeks. Most of the stuff like took me a long time. Like the Harlow sweater, I swear the last like week or so, I had to like force myself to work on it, which I hate being in those positions, but I had to force my way through it. It was, I don't know why, I just wasn't feeling it anymore after I got partway through it. But as soon as I bound off on that sweater and then this sweater, I wanted to cast on all the things, but all the small things. So I finished the hat, the 2 sweaters, and then I cast on a sponge. Yes, when I say small, people, I mean real small. So this is using some more of that Wool in the Gang, Billie Jean. It's just cotton, so you know, I used that. I messed up. I did a couple of rows where I did full stockinette. Was like going, and yeah, I just yeah, I messed up, but who cares? It's a sponge. And then this side is using Red Heart's Scrubby yarn. And let me tell you, I hated every second knitting with it. It was very unpleasant. But one of the girls in our youth group knit me, well, my husband and I, but I say me because I'm the one who hand washes dishes most of the time. I mean, he does too, but he doesn't like to use these types of things. He likes to use like the brush scrubbers. I like to use this. So she had made me a sponge like this, and I love it so much. I use it all the time. So, and I even told her, I was like, I love it. I want to make more. So I got this the other day. It's Red Heart Scrubby. It's called Ducky is the color. That's really cute. I actually held 2 colors up in the store. I have Lincoln with me. And of course he's 3 years old, so really trust his opinion on colors. I held up a really pretty green, and then I held this one up. I'm like, which one? I liked both. I really liked the green, but I liked them both. I held them up and he's like, that one. And I'm like, are you sure you like the yellow? Don't you like the green? He's like, no, the yellow. And I'm like, but you really like the green. And he's like, no, the yellow. And I'm like, darn it, I shouldn't have asked your opinion because now I have to get the yellow. But I'm actually really happy I got the yellow because the yellow pops and it'll be really cute by the sink. So yeah, this is not following any pattern, by the way. I just cast on a lot of stitches, not very many stitches, and then just kind of knit until I felt it was the width that I wanted, and then started the scrubby side and then knit until it was about-ish the same size as the blue side, and then sewed it up. And then we have a sponge. I'm a really, really bad knitting video taker person. I forgot my sock blocker. Whatever, it's fine. So remember this guy? Remember this little sock? This poor forlorn sock. Finished this one, what, in maybe November? October, November last year. And just haven't started the second one. Well, I started the second one. So it's got this really fun faux cable that runs down the back, and then in the heel just stockinette and a rib. Yeah, so this is using Pasley fibers, Pasley knits. I'll put it below. And this is the color Earl Grey, which is my favorite tea. So yeah, this is beautiful. And then I cast on Saturday night the cuff of the second one, and then Sunday I knit all of this, and then this morning I finished off the heel flap and heel turn, and I just picked up the foot color, and then like I just like started to grab the gusset stitches, which yeah, was a terrible place to end. I was helping my kids with their homework this morning. They had lots and lots of questions, so I kept having to stop, and I like to count my stitches when I'm picking up for the gusset, and I kept having to stop, and I was like, okay, I need to set this down and do this later. I really should only knit on things that are stockinette in the round, which I thought I could get through this part and get to the stockinette in the round, but no. So yeah, I've got this sock. I'm very happy to be working on it again and to get this project just finished, because yeah, I want to finish up some things just so they're not in the back of my head sitting there. Now, to be fair, my Christmas socks will probably sit there for a while because I'm not feeling Christmas right now. Big shocker. We're in February and I'm not feeling Christmas. Alright, then the other project I have been working on is a sweater that I cast on for my daughter. Ta-da! Because the sweater I made her for Christmas absolutely 100% was not going to fit her. So I pulled out this yarn, which is Cozy Wool Tweed again. And she really liked the colors, so I'm just doing a basic Raglan that's going to have some color blocking. It's going to have this color. It's going to have this color at the collar, and then it's going to have it partway down the body and the sleeves. I'm not following any pattern for this one. I'm just kind of, again, like most of my Raglans, I'm just kind of making it up as I go. On here, I wanted to show you guys my stitch marker I have. Isn't that so pretty? This one is made by Hello Lavender. She makes the most gorgeous polymer clay stitch markers. So yeah, not a ton to say about this one. I am knitting it on 6mm needles. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm excited to make something up for her and to be working on something a little bit smaller than an adult sweater. I will be casting on a cardigan soon. I am going to be test knitting the test knitting a sweater. I will tell you in a second. The Koran cardigan by Caidree. I applied. I didn't think I would be selected, but I was selected. So I got yarn coming for that, and then I will start that as soon as my yarn comes. I was hoping to use something from Stash, but I didn't have enough of the summer fibers. I have just woolly type yarns, so, and it's kind of a lace cardigan, so I didn't really want to use wool for that, being as I kind of want to wear it in summer, and I'm not going to wear summer, like wool in summer. It's not going to happen. All right, that's it for all the things I've knit or am knitting or whatever. I do have one new yarn that I received in the mail. Of days ago. I bought this fabulous yarn from the Kinetic Knitter. This is the colorway Let Loose. It's a one of a kind, and it's on her 80/20 merino nylon base. But look at these colors. This is so not me, and I love it. It reminds me of like late 80s, early 90s puffer coat. It's so good. Plan is, of course, to make a pair of socks out of these, because I would never wear this on my body, like up here by my face. Like, not gonna happen, but I will wear a pair of socks out of this totally. I was thinking though it might be a fun headband, right? I think I might also, because I don't use a full 100 grams for a pair of socks for fingering weight. Usually I use maybe 70 grams if I'm using like a contrasting color for the heels, toes, and cuffs, which I will. Probably a bright blue or something. But how cool would this be held with like black and then put into a headband? Yeah, that could be fun. All right, so that's all for the yarny content. Now I've got some art to share with you, so let's do that. I did a little mini series or study or whatever you want to call it on like photos like that are film. So these are all done using gouache. It's just a flower one. It's another flowery one. It's got, you know, those light leaks that happen, which I love so much when that happens. It may annoy some people. I've shot film a few times, and there have been a few shots that I've taken that have had some intense light leaks, and I love it. I did one, the Golden Gate Bridge. This is from a photo that I took on our trip to San Francisco. I love this one. It's very bright and colorful compared to a lot of the other ones I've done. And then this one from a photo that I took over in Eastern Washington on a trip we took last summer. Really like this one. The detail is making me happy. This little sagebrush and barn and stuff. Okay, this one I'm not less than happy with, but you know, they all can't be winners, right? I wanted a page with some flowers, all white, and then with some sketches. The paintings are supposed to be more minimal than like the ones I've been doing lately that have more details. And then I did the little sketches around them. I've got little daisies and then this little flower over here. Not my favorite, but it's not bad. It's okay. It's practice. Okay, I have this. I've started it. I don't remember if I've shown it or not. This is my Shire painting, which I still have this section to do. I plan on painting my dream hobbit hole, and yeah, I still need to paint. I still need to paint that. And I've got this page. This is my nerdy notebook, by the way. It's got this TIE fighter over here. Very different than a lot of the other styles I'm doing, more like blocky and with some drawn lines and stuff in it. And then we have this one, which I have a video here on YouTube of like me painting the whole thing. So get it up close so you can see the little TIE fighter. How cute. I love this one. It's really cool, and it's kind of my favorite right now. Not gonna lie, I really like it. I kind of wish it was a big giant one. It's really good. And then the last thing I've been working on in here are some people's sketches. Some human form ones. So I'm just gonna warn you now, they're in the nude. So if that's not your thing, you can bye. I will say though, the female body, she is nippleless. If that gives you any comfort at all. But yes, I've wanted to learn how to sketch people for a while now, and so I took a few YouTube like free classes, and I feel pretty good about it. I think it turned out pretty good. Looking at my face. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then we have the rear side of the human. This is also from that same like class that I had taken. My legs are a little short, I feel like, maybe. I don't know. Some people have short legs, right? Yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. And then I have this one, which I drew up on my own afterwards. She has clothes. I really like the way she turned out. I'm super happy with it. I never would have attempted anything like this. Now, her face, you will see, is faceless because faces kind of still scare me. I cannot draw the proportions, and everything has to be mostly symmetrical. I mean, to make it look like a human. And then I have this one. And then the last one I have in here is a face. Not the best in the world, but it's colorful and I had a lot of fun drawing it. I showed my toddler walked past this and was like, wow, Mom, did you draw that? I was like, I did draw that. And he pointed to the face and was like, what's that? I was like, it's a face. And then he points to the little squiggly lines over here and he's like, what's that? And I was like, those are just lines. He's like, I was like, do you like it? And he's like, no. I was like, oh. I was like, do you like the face? And he's like, no, it's ugly. I love the honesty of toddlers. He doesn't like it. He thinks it's ugly. That's totally okay. Okay, now I have the winner of my last project's video giveaway for the sock set by Lola Bean Yarn Company. If you will send me an email at denimandrain@gmail.com to claim your prize. If you do not claim the prize within the next 2 weeks, I will reselect the winner, but the winner is Emily Rundle. So congratulations, Emily. Send me an email with your address and I will get that sent over to you. All right, that is it for me today. I feel like I talked a lot because I had a lot to share. So thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. You can find all the things, you know, down below in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Bye.